Assalamu alaikum all of you. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my channel. Today we will solve the comprehension of 2000 year, and this comprehension was taken from the CSS exam, and this is the comprehension of a CSS exam of 2000 year. And first of all we will understand that what are the steps to solve the comprehension. The first step to solve comprehension is to read the questions, right? First of all, whenever you see the comprehension in exams, you first read the questions. Read the questions first, and then what will you do? The next step is underline the keywords. The next step is underline the keywords from questions and also from the passage. When you read the passage carefully, each and every word of your passage, especially the points which are discussed in your questions, and which the exam the the writer asked from you in questions. The next step is identify the author's purpose. It means that identify the central idea, the theme of the passage. Means what this comprehension is all about, right? Identify any quotes and examples which are given in the draft and reflect on your own thoughts. It means that try to summarize and write the key points in rough draft. Write the keywords from your questions, and in rough draft under your questions keyword, write the keywords from the passage which are related to your questions, and then answer the comprehension questions in a final draft. So let's move towards the the comprehension. Yes, these are the few phrases and the words which you will see in the comprehension. So I want to explain these words first, because I had written meanings from the passage and I had just written the few important points from the comprehension from the passage. You don't need to write the meanings, you just need to answer the questions which are asked from you in comprehension, right? But this is for your understanding. Dominant and all comprehensive desires. From this line and from these words, you will see what is comprehensive. Comprehensive means very deep and very detailed one. Dominant means which is important, which is huge, which is grand, which is important, right? So the meaning is a strong and grand desire or motivation that drives an individual's action and beliefs, right? A strong and grand desire, एक ऐसा strong किस्म का या बड़ा या कोई important desire या motivation which drives an individual's actions एंड बिलीव्स, जो इंसान के एक इंडिविजुअल के जो एक्शंस होते हैं या बिलीव्स होते हैं उनको क्या करे, मोटिवेट करें या उनको आगे से आगे बढ़ने के लिए उस बंदे को मोटिवेट करे. द साउंड have different meanings, such as many times we use he has a sound health, means he has a good health. And the other meaning of sound is the sound, the music, the sound of anything, right? But in this passage, sound means in this context something that promotes human happiness, means anything which ameliorates the living beings, the life of human. The creed is very common word. It means a set of religious beliefs or principles, is a creed We always use what is your creed, what is your religion, what is your belief. And the mispresentation. Presentation means to present something, to show something, to display, to demonstrate. But the word is misrepresentation. Misrepresentation means something that distorts or falsifies the truth, such as a poetry or religion in Bentham's view. Now, this is according to the passage. The meanings are according to the passage, because Bentham in passage have criticized the poetry and religion, and he said that the poetry and religion misrepresents the things and distorts, and these are actually the false things. He don't believe in poetry and in religion. Pomps and vanity. Pomp means to show off. We always use the word, don't use pompous language, means don't use the language which shows that you are an haughty and arrogant person. And vanity also means that, vanity also means हसद या कीना या वो भी शो ऑफ होता है. vanity also means show off. Now okay, in English the meaning is excessive display of wealth. It means show off करना, अपनी wealth को दिखाना कि मैं बहुत rich हूँ, right? And power or luxury that are considered worldly and sinful in some religious traditions. जैसे एक्सेसिवली आप अगर शो ऑफ करते हैं तो रिलीजन में, बहुत सारे रिलीजन्स में इस चीज़ को बहुत ही हिकारत की नज़रों से देखा जाता है, बिकॉज जिन लोगों के पास नहीं है वो फिर उनकी दिल से आह निकलती है और इससे इंसान को गुनाह मिलता है. And the next word is amelioration. Amelioration means improvement. Improve करना या improvement लाना. The process of making something better or more beneficial. Right? Insufficiently regarded. Insufficiently regarded means not given enough attention or consideration. Not given enough attention, जिसे को इतनी हीड नहीं दी जाए, या किस ऐसी चीज़ जिसे अटेंटिवली सुना नहीं जाए या उसे कंसिडरेशन नहीं दी जाए या जिसे अटेंशन ना दी जाए. सर्वाइवल इज ऑल्सो कॉमन वर्ड. द एबिलिटी टू कंटिन्यू एग्जिस्टिंग एंड थ्राइविंग ओवर टाइम. द अदर वर्ड इज अपोजिंग स्कूल्स. Schools with differing beliefs or philosophies that challenge and dispute the beliefs of another group. अब अपोजिंग स्कूल्स का मतलब ये नहीं होता कि डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ स्कूल्स. अपोजिंग स्कूल्स मीन्स, सपोज करें 10 लोग हैं, देयर आर 10 people and 5 of them have a different opinion and 5 among them have a different opinion. It means one group have different school of thought. It means that one group have different viewpoint and other group have different viewpoint. Similarly, in the meaning of this word opposing schools, the meaning written here is that groups with differing beliefs and philosophies that challenge and dispute the beliefs of another group. Institution can be any institution, any political institution, any religious institution, any legal or any institution. An established organization or system such as government, church or school, etc. Admirable. Admirable उस चीज़ को हम कहते हैं जो तारीफ़ के लायक हो. Admirable, worthy of admiration or respect. Obligatory means जो necessary हो, जो फ़र्ज़ हो, जो ड्यूटी हो हमारी, required और necessary by duty or obligation. The next word is custom. A traditional practice or behavior that is followed by a group or society. कोई ऐसी चीज़, कोई ऐसी ट्रेडिशनल प्रैक्टिस या बिहेवियर इंसान का जो बहुत पहले से फॉलो किया गया हो, दैट इज़ फॉलोड बाय अ ग्रुप ऑफ सोसाइटी, राइट. कोड, a set of rules or principles that govern behavior in particular context, such as a legal code, moral code, right. So these are basically the rules or principles. System of legislation. Legislation means कानून साजी करना, to make a law. The system of legislation, the meaning is a comprehensive set of laws and legal procedures that govern a society or a nation. So the meaning is laws and legal procedures that govern a society or a nation. Passion, a strong feeling, desire or emotion such as passion for truth or the passion for the relief of men's state, human welfare. The next word is beliefs, firmly held opinions, values, principles that guide an individual's actions and decisions. Beliefs आपके ओपिनियन हो सकते हैं, वैल्यूज़ या आपके प्रिंसिपल्स जो क्या करें आपके एक्शंस में या डिसीजंस में आपको हेल्प करें. Now let's move towards the composition. I am repeatedly using the word precis. I'm so sorry because I had recorded the lecture on precis, so therefore I am using this word precis, but I am right now teaching you how to solve comprehension. This is the comprehension of CSS 2008. First, let's move towards the questions. Now this is the comprehension. These are the questions. The first question is, what does the writer mean by the following expressions? The first expression is multifarious activities. Multifarious means different, diverse, varied activities. Amelioration is, I had already explained you. Amelioration means to make better and to improve. So amelioration of human life, it means the betterment of human life. It is sound. Now we'll see in passage what does it mean. Be there special educate means, if now just look at the word educate. If the educate is used in a sentence as a noun, then it means वकील जो educate होते हैं, right. It means it is a noun and उसका मतलब ये होगा कि ये वो वकील है. And if it is used as a verb, educate is used as a verb, then it means to support, right. Educate means support करना. Renounce the devil. Renounce means deny करना, right. Renounce the devil. Drowsed means जैसे बंदा अनकॉन्शियस होता है या अनकॉन्शियस होने लगता है तो उसके लिए हम ये वर्ड यूज़ करते हैं ड्राउन्स्ड. द अदर वर्ड इज गेज. गेज मीन्स टू प्रेडिक्ट. अफोरसेड मीन्स सेड. द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, on what grounds does Bentham believe that church teach children insincerity? When we read the passage, then we'll come to know why Bentham believed that the church teach children insincerity, right? The next question is, what is Bentham's philosophy based upon? Bentham की जो philosophy थी किस चीज़ पे बेस करती थी? What according to the writer is Bentham's limitations? अब ये इधर हमें limitations के बारे में पूछ रहा है. In what context has the Archbishop of Canterbury been quoted? I.e. means that is he praised or condemned? It means author ये पूछना चाह रहा है कि अगर इस पैसेज में आर्क बिशॉप जो लीडर होता है, ये वर्ड यूज़ होता है किसी खास लीडर के लिए ऑफ कैंटरबरी, उसकी अगर कोटेशन यूज़ की हुई है पैसेज में, तो वो क्या उसमें बेंथम उसको प्रेज कर रहा है या उसे कंडेम कर रहा है. कंडेम मीन्स क्रिटिसाइज करना, राइट. सो नाउ लेट्स मूव टुवर्ड्स द पैसेज. ओके, आपने ये, आई होप आपने ये अपनी कॉपी में लिख लिए होंगे. साइड पे सारे कीवर्ड्स फ्रॉम these questions. I think you had written all the important and keywords from these questions. So now let's read the passage. Okay, पैसेज रीड करने से पहले मैं आपको ये कहूँगी कि मैंने प्रिसी का लेक्चर ऑलरेडी रिकॉर्ड कर लिया है. अगर आपने वो नहीं देखा तो आप वो प्लेलिस्ट में जाके देख सकते हैं. एंड जो 2000 ईयर में पेयर ऑफ वर्ड्स आए थे वो भी मैंने अपलोड कर लिए हैं, आप उसे देख सकते हैं. और अगर अभी तक आपने मेरा चैनल सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो प्लीज़ डोंट फॉरगेट टू सब्सक्राइब, लाइक एंड शेयर विथ योर फ्रेंड्स बिकॉज इट ऑलवेज कीप्स मी मोटिवेटेड. So let's read the passage. The vitality of any teaching or historical movement depends upon what it affirms rather than upon what it denies, and its survival and continued power will often mean that its positives are insufficiently regarded by opposing schools. Opposing schools जैसे हमने पढ़ा था कि जो डिफरेंट व्यू पॉइंट्स होते हैं डिफरेंट ग्रुप्स के. द ग्रैंड पॉजिटिव्स ऑफ बेंथम वर बेनिवोलेंस. पॉजिटिव्स, द ग्रैंड पॉजिटिव्स. नाउ जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड द पर्पस ऑफ द राइटर. द ग्रैंड पॉजिटिव्स ऑफ बेंथम वर बेनिवोलेंस. बेनिवोलेंस होता है जैसे आप चैरिटी करते हैं या आप वेलफेयर में कोई काम करते हैं इंसानों के लिए, जैसे आप अल्लाह की रज़ा के लिए कोई काम करें या किसी को आपने मॉनेटरी किसी की हेल्प कर दी या फाइनेंशियली किसी की हेल्प कर दी, तो यू आर कंसीडर्ड द बेनिवोलेंट पर्सन. बेनिवोलेंस हम मोस्टली चैरिटेबल, एनाथमा, फिलैंथ्रोपिक, राइट, एल्ट्रिस्टिक जो बंदा होता है, पैलेस्टीन जो बंदा होता है, उसके लिए हम ये वर्ड यूज़ करते हैं बेनिवोलेंस. बेनिवोलेंस एंड वेरोसिटी. नाउ जस्ट सी द वर्ड वेरोसिटी. देयर आर टू वर्ड्स. one word is veracity and the other word is veracity. Veracity, veracity. Veracity, veracity, veracity means truthfulness. And voracious, the word voracious means greedy eater. जो भुक्खड़ होता है उसे हम voracious, VORACICI, VORA, उसमें हम क्या लगाते हैं, VORACIOUS, voracious means greedy eater. बट इधर कौन सा वर्ड है, veracity. ये मोस्टली पेयर ऑफ वर्ड्स में आता है, तो आप इसको आपको इसका डिफरेंस आना चाहिए इन दोनों वर्ड्स का. The grand positives of Bentham were benevolence and veracity, the passion for the relief of men's state, and the passion for truth. Bentham's multifarious activities. Now just underline this word, multifarious activities, because this word is asked by the writer in this passage in questions. Multifarious activities pursued without abatement. It means abatement जो वर्ड इधर यूज हुआ है, abatement, उसका मतलब क्या होता है. If you don't know then also underline this word. Abatement means reduction या drop करना, right, या कट करना. Bentham's multifarious activities pursued without abatement to the end of a long life, we inspired by a dominant and all-comprehensive desire for the amelioration of human life. This is also asked by the author in the question here. Amelioration of human life means improvement of human life. They be inspired too by the belief that he had found the key to all moral truth. The institution, this custom, this code, this system of legislation, does it promotes human happiness? Then it is then it is sound. अब अगर हम इस फर्स्ट लाइन्स को, if we'll explain these lines in our own words, it means that the vitality of teaching or historical movement depend upon what it confirms, what it confirms, what it accepts, or what it affirms. Is the word affirm is written here. Affirm means confirm, ना के, rather than what it denies. So जो टीचिंग की वाइटलिटी या इम्पोर्टेंस होती है या हिस्टोरिकल मूवमेंट हो कोई भी, वो डिपेंड करती है कि क्या वो अफर्म कर रही है या क्या वो कंफर्म कर रही है, ना कि उस चीज़ पर जो वो डिनाई करे या जिससे वो इनकार करे. एंड इट्स सर्वाइवल एंड कंटिन्यूड पावर विल ऑफन मीन that its positives are insufficiently regarded by opposing schools. Now, in this passage, the author is saying that the opposing schools regard the negative things more than the positive things, right? The grand positives of Bentham's were benevolence and veracity. अब बेंथम जो थे उनकी जो मेन दो चीज़ें थी जिन पे उन्होंने बहुत ज़्यादा फोकस किया, वो थी बेनिवोलेंस एंड वेरोसिटी. उनकी नज़र में ये दो जो चीज़ें थी वो इंसान की लाइफ को इम्प्रूव करने में हेल्प करती हैं. ये दो चीज़ें थी जिन पे वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा यकीन रखते थे. इफ़ यू हैव एवर हर्ड अबाउट the satisfaction of human wants, satisfaction. So according to him, the satisfaction of human being depends upon the benevolence and the veracity of human. Is he also described the meaning of these words in this passage, the passion for the relief of man's state. This is the definition of benevolence, and the other word is veracity. It means the passion for truth. सच्चाई के बारे में आपको बहुत ही ज़्यादा सच्चाई पसंद होना, यू आर क्रेजी अबाउट ट्रूथफुलनेस, कभी झूठ नहीं बोलना, कुछ भी हो जाए. The Bentham's multifarious activities means his different activities pursued without decrease, without abatement, to the end of long life. We inspired by the dominant and all comprehensive desires for the amelioration of human life. हर जो इंसान होता है, कोई भी इंसान हो, उनकी लाइफ जो है तभी इम्प्रूव होगी, उनके अल्टीमेट डिज़ायर्स तभी पूरे होंगे जब उनकी लाइफ में ये दो चीज़ें हों, right? Veracity and benevolence. They were inspired too by the belief that he had found the key to all moral truth. अगर इंसान को ये सारी चीज़ें मिल जाएं, ये दोनों चीज़ें अगर इंसान की ज़िंदगी में हों, तो वो ऐसे ही खुद को समझेगा या उसकी ज़िंदगी में जो मेन फोकस है या उसकी ज़िंदगी में जो सुकून है या मोरल एक किस्म की सेटिस्फेक्शन उस बंदे को हासिल हो जाएगी. दिस इंस्टीट्यूशन, दिस कस्टम, दिस कोड, दिस सिस्टम ऑफ लेजिस्लेशन, डज इट प्रोमोट्स ह्यूमन हैप्पीनेस. अब वो क्वेश्चन कर रहा है ये जो सारे इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं, आपके कस्टम्स हों, आपके रूल्स रेगुलेशंस, आपका लेजिस्लेशन या लेजिस्लेटिव प्रोसेस, क्या ये प्रमोट करता है आपकी ह्यूमन की हैप्पीनेस को? क्या ये इंसान की खुशी को अहमियत देता है? अगर देता है देन इट इज़ साउंड, तो वो बेहतरीन है, वो सही है, इट इज़ फाइन, इट इज़ गुड, इट इज़ एक्सेप्टेबल. Now, this is more about this comprehension. This theory, this creed, this moral teaching, does it rightly explain why virtue is admirable or why duty is obligatory? Again, he is saying that the religious teachings, the moral teachings, and every teaching, the moral teaching and the teachings of any religion and any institution, does it rightly explain why virtue is admirable and why duty is obligatory? It means अगर हर इंसान अपनी अपनी जो दी गई ड्यूटीज़ को अगर पूरे तरीके से करे, अगर हम लोग वैसे भी देखें, तो अगर हर इंसान अपनी ड्यूटी को और अपनी जो दी गई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ हैं उसको फुलफ़िल करे, तो वो इंसान अपनी कंट्री के लिए, अपनी फैमिली के लिए एसेट बन जाता है. वर्चू मीन्स, वर्चू को आप एसेट बोल सकते हैं या एडवांटेज बोल सकते हैं, राइट? Virtue is admirable and why duty is obligatory. Now, just read the limitation word because it has the author, the writer asked about the limitations of Bentham. The limitation of Bentham can be gauged by his dismissal of all poetry and most religion is misrepresentation. This is his negative side. As I had already explained you that in this passage, the negative side, or we can say the limitation of Bentham, was that he predicted or he said that the poetry and religion are actually misrepresenting and they are misguiding people, according to him and according to this passage. But the benevolence and veracity are supreme values, and if it falls to one of the deniers to be their special advocate, the believers must have long been trounced. Bentham believes the church teaches children in sincerity. This was also asked by the writer in this passage, why the church teaches children in sincerity. So just see the answer: by making them affirm that they cannot possibly understand or mean. They promise, for example, to fulfill the undertaking of their God parents, that they will renounce the devil and all his works, the pomp and vanity of this wicked word, etc. It means that from this part of the passage you can see the Bentham was saying that poetry and religion are misrepresenting the information. They are creating turmoil and they are misguiding the people. On the other hand, he said that the church and the religion also teach children in sincerity, as they talk about the devil and they narrate different stories about the devil, about their godparents, etc. And the denounce the devil and all his works, the pomp and vanity of his wicked world. So they actually make the mind of children Bentham, according to the Bentham, he said that the poetry and religion are the things which, and the church actually teach children in sincerity, right? Now let's move towards the remaining lines. The devil, Bentham comments, who or what is he, and how is it that he is renounced? Has the child happened to have any dealings with him? Let the archbishop, this was also asked by the uh, writer in this passage in questions. So be careful. Let the Archbishop of Canterbury tells us, and let him further explain how his own works are distinguished from the aforesaid pomp and vanity. What king, what lords, temporal or spiritual, have ever renounced them? So here the basically the quotation is used by the uh, Villay, right? And the Bentham asked in questioning style that now the Archbishop of Canterbury will answer these questions about the devil and its existence and the denounce of devil, right? So I suggest you to pause this video here and write the answers of your questions which are given in this passage. These are the questions such as multifarious activities, means different diverse activities which he had explained in this passage. So if we'll comprehend and if we'll describe this passage in a nutshell, then the Bentham and his beliefs basically give importance to two things. What are these two things? Helping others and telling the truth. Right. He spent his whole life trying to improve people's lives, and he believed that he had found the key to all moral truth. Right. According to him, he thinks that he know all the truth, all the key to all the moral truth. And also there are some negative things as well, because he did not like poetry or religion, because he thought they were not true. And according to the passage, we will give the answers and we will not use our own thoughts and we will not write our own thoughts in passage. So be careful. Give the answers according to the passage. And the Bentham also used different examples such as the teachings of church, like he said that church teaches children to be insincere and they make them promise to give up the devil and his works, but they don't explain who the devil is and why they should give him up. Right? These were the questions of Bentham in this passage. And he also questioned that who is the devil and has anyone ever give up their works? And also he said that the at the end he asked from the Archbishop of Canterbury. Archbishop means the leader of the Canterbury, that as he mentioned in this passage that if someone who would answer these questions, and he mentioned the Archbishop of Canterbury and he said that you will get the answer from him. So pause this video and write your answers. I think you had written all your answers, so I'll discuss with you all the answers one by one. so that you will compare your answers with my answers which I had written for you. The first question is, what does the writer mean by the following expressions? Multifarious activities, amelioration of human life, it is sound, be there a special advocate, renounce the devil, trounced, gauged, aforesaid. Multifarious activities means having many different activities or involvement, or diverse. Multifarious means diverse activities. Amelioration means improvement. Amelioration of human life means improvement or betterment of the quality of human life. It is sound. It is sound means something being valid or correct. And effective is uh, we had studied. He asked that these customs, these traditions, these institutions, are they really work for the betterment of human life, right? And then he said, then if yes, then it is sound. It means that he is saying that it is valid, it is correct, and it is effective, right? Be there a special advocate means to strongly defend or support. As I had already told you, that if the educate is used as a verb, then it means to support, right? To strongly defend or support a particular belief or idea, especially when it is not widely accepted, because there were different schools of thoughts as well. Denounce the devil means to reject or abandon the devil, right? To reject the devil and all his works is a religious practice. Drowsed means in a state of being sleepy, like you just want to go to bed and irresponsive, you are becoming unconscious, as if someone has fallen asleep, right? So, gauged means to predict, to estimate, to judge, or to measure something accurately. Aforesaid means a term used to refer back to something that has already been mentioned, जो पहले किसी ने बोला हो या पहले जो बात की गई हो, right? The next question is, on what grounds does Bentham believe that the church teaches children in sincerity? The answer of this is that Bentham argues that the church's practice of making young children promise to denounce the devil and his works, as well as the pomps and vanity of the word. Pomps and vanity means show off. Pomps and vanity of the word is misleading, like misrepresentation word was used. So I had replaced that word with the misleading and insincere. He questions how a child who has had no experience with the devil can make such a promise, and asks who has ever truly renounced these things. Bentham also suggests that this practice teaches children to say things they do not understand, because they are children. They do not understand the things and they don't believe, but these things are used by the church representatives, and according to the Bentham, he thinks that it is insincere. Essentially, Bentham believes that the church's use of these promises is misleading and lacks sincerity, because it asks young children to make promises and they cannot possibly keep and understand, right? वो चर्च जो होती है वो उनको उस बिल्कुल यंग एज में उनको प्रोमिसेस करना सिखाती है जो वो बिल्कुल अंडरस्टैंड भी नहीं कर पाते. तो बेंथम का पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू बेसिकली ये था. What is Bentham's philosophy based on? We know, as we had focused on, emphasized while reading the passage, there were 2 points. The first one was the benevolence and vanity, and we want to satisfy and we want to give the utility to the people, and you want to improve the lives of people. So the answer is Bentham's philosophy is grounded in the principles of utilitarianism, which prioritize maximizing happiness and minimizing suffering for the greatest number of people. This means that Bentham believed that individuals sound act in a way that produces the greatest amount of happiness and utility. Utility means satisfaction for society as a whole. His philosophy also emphasizes the importance of individual rights, liberty, justice. Bentham's ideas have had a significant impact on political, legal theory, particularly in the development of the modern democratic society, because in his questions it was clear, because in questions he asked from the different institutions like political institutions, legal institutions, and he asked them, are you really working for the betterment of the people, for the development of people, right, for the rights of people, for the liberty and justice of the people? So this is the answer of this question. The next question is, what according to the writer is Bentham's limitations? We had also uh, discussed in the passage when we were reading what were the limitations. The limitations were about the poetry and religion. So when you write in exam, the questions and you are writing the answers, try to write uh, in 5 to 6 lines. I think it's enough, because the thing is that I don't believe in quantity, I believe in quality. But sometimes the reader wants quality plus quantity, so be careful about that when you answer the questions in exams. So the answer is Bentham's limitations is identified by the writer is his dismissal of all poetry and religion. These were the key points. Is misrepresentation. This is his negative side, while his grand positives were benevolence and veracity. Bentham believed that the church taught children in sincerity by making them affirm what they cannot possibly understand or mean, such as promising to fulfill the undertaking of their godparents, to renounce the devil and all his works, the pomp and vanity of this wicked world, without understanding who or what the devil is, or how their own works are distinguished from the aforesaid pomp and vanity. The writer also suggests that the Bentham's limitation falls short or full appreciation for poetry and religion as a positive value. So this was the question. Question answer. The answer of this question. The next question is, in what context has the Archbishop of Canterbury been quoted? That is he praised or condemned? What I believe, according to the passage, it was not clear. It was not clear. Because he was just asking the question. It was neither in, in critical style, and it was not in a style in which we feel or from which we feel that he is criticizing the Archbishop of Canterbury, or I don't think that he was praising him. So he will also give the mixed answer of this question. Unfortunately, the provided quote from the Bentham does not offer enough context to determine whether the Archbishop of Canterbury is being praised or condemned. Without further information, it is unclear whether the author, Basselville, is presenting Bentham's criticism of the church as a positive or negative viewpoint. It is possible that Ville is using Bentham's critique as an example of a larger issue within the church, but without additional context, it is difficult to say for sure. If you could provide more information or context, it might be able to offer a more definite answer. Because from this and from this just few lines, we are unable to find out whether he is criticizing or he is uh, praising in this phrase or in this quotation. So this is my answer. You are free to write your thoughts. I don't say anything because I just read for you. I just described you. I just try my best to, you know, explain this passage वेरी डीपली. बट अगर आपको फिर भी कोई कन्फ्यूजन हो तो आप इसको फिर से दोबारा रीड कर सकते हैं. एंड द सेकंड थिंग इज़ दैट आंसर्स जो होते हैं ना वो वेरी करते हैं. हर स्टूडेंट के आंसर सेम कभी नहीं हो सकते हैं. और ओपिनियन जो है वो अगर आपने कोई भी लिखा पर अगर वो अकॉर्डिंग टू पैसेज हो और अगर रीडर को आपके आर्ग्यूमेंट्स अच्छे लगे तो वो आपको मार्क्स देगा, भले वो आपके पॉइंट्स किसी और इंसान से किसी और स्टूडेंट से डिफरेंट हो. राइट. तो अगर आप इसको प्रेज समझते हैं तो वो भी आप लिख सकते हैं. अगर आप इसको आई मीन कंडेमिनेशन समझते हैं तो आप वो भी लिख सकते हैं. यू आर फ्री टू राइट. सो आई थिंक इट्स enough for today. Yes, I will teach you the sentence correction in my next video. I think ये वीडियो बहुत ही ज़्यादा बड़ी हो गई है, तो मैं जो 2000 ईयर के जो करेक्शन आए थे, वर्ड्स आए, सेंटेंसेस आए थे, उनकी करेक्शन मैं आपको नेक्स्ट वीडियो में समझाऊंगी या वो लेक्चर में अपलोड करूँगी इस वीडियो के बाद. राइट. अगर आपको मेरा लेक्चर अच्छा लगा एंड इफ़ यू रियली लाइक माय वीडियो, प्लीज़ डोंट फॉरगेट टू hit the like button, subscribe my channel and share with your friends. And if you have any problem, any query, and if you want to ask any question, you are free to ask in comment box. Thank you.